Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it's time for my client Lewis's vlog, and he is continuing his cut. We're not going to do this much longer. Again, he just wanted to get down to a body fat where he feels comfortable, feels healthy and reasonable enough that he can do a nice, slow, lean bulk after this. Again, I've discussed this in the previous vlog as to how this happened, all these things. And again, it's a case of he kind of bulked way too aggressively after coming back from an injury and a surgery and some illness right before he rehired me. And again, he's just been a little unhappy with the amount of body fat that he had gained. And so, we agreed that I will let him cut for a while, get down to where it's manageable, reasonable, and then we can lean bulk him up, doing a lot of protein, very, very slow weight gain, and get him into a more favorable spot. But I think we can tell here, looking at these angles, he's looking a little healthier, looking a little leaner, looking a little fitter. Some minor mobility stuff that we need to work with, like I need to chat with him about not locking, his presses and stuff like this. Stuff needs to be locked out. Everything needs to be long ranges of motion, pauses at the bottoms on most of this stuff. And he's doing good with the pausing and everything, just minor stuff like that. And something else, though, that he really has an unbalanced bench, and we're a little concerned with that, and he's worried it's mobility. So we're going to, adjust some things and see if we can get that scapular mobility and things improved. But some of the stuff, though, I do need him to work on taking stuff through full ranges of motion. Again, this is one reason that we do develop sometimes mobility issues can be failure to take things through full ranges of motion can create all sorts of problems. But right now, that's kind of what I'm trying to have him focus on is not moving the heaviest weights, just quality volume rep work, trying to maintain the bit of muscle that he has while he's been trimming down fairly aggressively. So again, it's been a lot more bigger pause movements. We're doing, instead of any speed boxes or conjugate stuff, we're doing, normal back squats where he tries to go as deep as he can, takes his time with the reps. Again, that's kind of one of the things that's worth talking about. How often do we see people, when you give them rep work on squats, they just rush through it, right? They start skipping reps at the bottom. They start doing really bouncy stuff at the top so they can just get through the set as quickly as possible, right? Instead of taking their time to really move some weight, through good solid ranges of motion, get a quality work set in, and it's because squats are fatiguing, right? When we start doing rep work on squats, if you're not in shape, guess what? They can be not fun real quickly. And I am not sitting like some guru, all-knowing guru who's never made mistakes when I say that. I am guilty of the same thing on my own squats sometimes, right? It's stuff that's happened to me. Again, I'm going to make the comment again, like I've told him a few times, stop wearing those baggy shirts. Again, kind of a pro tip I give everyone, if you want your arms to look 2 inches smaller than they are and you want to look like you've put on 15 pounds of extra body fat, put on a baggy shirt. Best way to achieve that. All right, baggy t-shirts really are, I think for all men in general, baggy t-shirts are a bad idea. Don't own any. Get rid of them. You shouldn't have any. Even if you don't work out, they're still going to make your body look worse. Right? I think we all have realized this at this point. But, it's all good. I feel like that's a message a lot of guys could stand to hear out there, especially the younger guys who worry about how they look. Right? And unfortunately, a lot of t-shirt manufacturers do this because we've become morbidly obese as a society. So they just kind of turn t-shirts into moo-moos, for those who know that term. But again, his lifts are very, very basic. What are we seeing here? Upper body days, bench press, incline bench, rows with both barbells and dumbbells, till he gets strong enough to start doing some pull-ups, which I'd like to see happen. Then we do some tricep extensions. We do some straight bar curls. All right, lower body days, very straightforward. Squat, deadlift, good morning, hanging leg raises, right? All simple, effective. They all get the job done. And we're working everything in the body with this. Some people say, well, what about shoulders? Well, he's got 2 types of rows plus incline, right? These things are being worked. They're being worked. because anything that works for rear delts works side delts. Rows are great for rear delts. And then we get the splash over the incline bench, which hits the side delt a bit some too. It's fine for now. Stuff we'll worry about as he's trying to gain muscle again later. Right, we'll worry about that then. But I do again want to work on some stuff for his mobility, which we'll start addressing a little bit more because we want those things to be resolved. And I'd like him to be able to do some pull-ups or chin-ups, right? I think they do him some good, especially the young man who he feels that he struggles with arm development. Being able to do some pull-ups and chin-ups to go with those curls wouldn't be a bad idea, because they do hit the arms better than rows. And of course, we're already doing extensions with all the pressing, so it's not really much else to add there. Again, it just takes time to build muscle. And that's the other thing too, guys, always have to remember. Building muscle takes time, and he's relatively tall, so he's always going to have a little bit more frame he has to fill out. And that's one of the interesting things I always remind the taller and the shorter guys. Shorter guys look bigger on camera, taller guys look bigger in person and look smaller on camera. It's just something you have to live with, right? Something you have to live with. And again, it's just the nature of how proportions look, the nature of how they look. But again, we've got him doing the tricep extension, so at least he's getting some extra long head work to go with all that pressing. Barbell curls, I'm having him try to work on doing strict curls here. And the thing with these is the leaning forward is kind of important, and I try to remind people of that. If you want to not mess with your tendons and you want to be able to actually get to the bottom of the range of motion. Now, he could stand to lean forward a hair more on this. Again, minor changes so that he can get that full lock out at the bottom. Right? It's one reason I kind of laugh at, you do see the cheat curl event. It's a partial for the biceps. Even though it's supposed to be the strict curl, the rules actually allow you to start with the bicep already in a partial range of motion. Really fascinating, right? Fascinating how these things work. I guess since it's a power lift now, and Powerlifting Federation is doing it, of course it's going to be a partial, right? Of course it's going to be allowed to be a partial. The nature of powerlifting, right? Not to make too much fun of it, but it's true. You guys know that's true. And so you guys will see him finish up here. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.